Today I'm going to tell you all about Trey Sermon's injury during the spring game, as well as some other news and notes and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time here, consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. I'm going to talk about Trey Sermon's injury and how serious. So I am kind of on the step mill.
3, 2, 1.
Ordered. I want to talk about what Kirk Herbstreit had to say about Baker Mayfield. Herbstreit is yet again in the camp of people calling Baker Mayfield short. Now, did he use the word short? No. But he did say that if Baker Mayfield was 6'3", nobody would have any reservations about drafting Baker Mayfield #1. But he's not 6'3". So people aren't marveling at him, they're just picking him apart because of his height and trying to turn his confidence into Ryan Leaf, which I'll get to in a minute. But Herbstreit's major beef isn't with Baker Mayfield's ability to throw the ball. It isn't with his confidence. It's that he had the good fortune to play behind one of the best offensive lines in college football. So now we're penalizing quarterbacks for having good offensive lines. Okay, dude, you go ahead. You draft Josh Allen. You tell me how that works. Speaking of how that works, with all due respect to Ryan Leaf and what he does when he's talking about sobriety and dealing and earning your way back, talking about Baker Mayfield being a red flag to you in 1998 is just
trash.
It's trash because you completed 55% of your passes. That was the best season you had at Washington State. How dare we have anything good to say about Baker Mayfield? How dare we talk about how his teammates follow him into battle willingly? About how he won a Heisman Trophy and was a finalist for the last 2 years running alongside his best wide receiver in 2016. And while I'm on the subject of what is trash in the NFL right now, Oklahoma fans should not hold their breath any longer for the Saints to draft Baker Mayfield. Sean Payton is firmly on the Sam Darnold bandwagon. In fact, he called this draft weak for quarterbacks. He said, I don't see an Andrew Luck or Carson Wentz in this draft. And of all the highly touted quarterbacks in this draft, Sean Payton only expects one of them to be around in 4 to 5 years, and he named that guy as Sam Darnold. That means that Sean Payton doesn't believe in Josh Rosen, Josh Allen, or Baker Mayfield. Now, it's hard to throw Sean Payton's opinion out because all he's done is coach Drew Brees to a Super Bowl and put together one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL over the past decade. But it also could be Sean Payton is trying to Jedi mind trick the rest of the league into leaving his guy alone and saying, please go draft Sam Darnold so I don't have to deal with this dude. On the recruiting front, it was nice to hear from Kerry Cooks and Cale Gundy about just how big a deal this recruiting weekend was for them too. Cale Gundy in particular name dropped Annie Hansen and her assistant Caroline as people to give credit to for just how big a deal this weekend became. I just put out a video about the Magnificent Seven, and I also made a movie about Friday the 13th to catch you up on just what that means and just who the guys are who committed. And now we need to talk about Trey Sermon. It was kind of gruesome to see Trey Sermon sprawled out on the grass in front of 52,000 people holding his leg in a glorified scrimmage. The last thing anybody wanted. He's the second leading returning rusher on the team, and it wasn't like the hit by safety Patrick Fields was illegal. It was a great hit. He just caught Sermon in just the right angle to bend his knee in a way that knees don't go. We saw Sermon get helped off the field, and there was not a whole lot said in the immediate aftermath of just how well or not well he was. OU running backs coach Jay Boulware called it pretty scary. He said, I don't want to lose anybody, but I definitely don't want to lose a guy who's got playing experience. And Sermon has that. He rushed for 758 yards last season, and he was absolutely critical in acting as the closer in OU's 49-41 win over Baylor. That was the preacher man, with the 2 late touchdowns to put OU over the top in a game that Mike Stoops tried to lose for us. Now, immediately following the game, Lincoln Riley said everything looked positive. He didn't think it was that big a deal. But then Jay Boulware gave the quote to hang your hat on, which is, God worked out everything for Trey and his family, and obviously for the Sooners. He will be okay. All right, deuces.